I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I'm honest with you about something. Just a moment of honesty, if I may.
Okay.
I'm really excited by our next guest.
Yeah? It's not every day
It's not every day.
that we get this
In fact,
young lady.
it's not most days.
No?
Most days we don't have her. Most
No?
towns we don't have her.
Yeah.
She's too busy being awesome other places. But we got her today.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm fired up to say, Adrianne Palicki!
Cool, baby. A straight but not a stranger. Burning down the house. Yeah, that's your chair.
There we go.
This is where I sit.
Yeah, sure. You don't have to sit. You can stroll.
This just wander.
You can mosey.
You can wander, you can sit. It's your choice.
I mean, it's nice. Hey guys. Feel
Just know
really
that they're
weirdly
leaving
on
the room
display.
because they've got a photo op or something. It's not you.
It's the band.
It's the band.
Rob said
It's always the
something.
band's fault.
How was karaoke for you last night?
I
know you-
had the best time.
Did you do a number?
Sam and I did a John Bon Jovi song because nobody put in a Bon Jovi song, which
That's in New Jersey?
I know.
That seems odd. So what song do you do?
What song did we do? My Life. Oh, It's My Life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, nice. And nobody did Wanted Dead or Alive? That's always a go-to.
Nobody put in.
Wow. Jersey.
But there were a lot of great songs.
What happened to you, Jersey?
And thank you for allowing me to crash. I told Sam and I went to dinner and I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna recognize me if I go up on stage. She's like, it's gonna be fine.
And it was fine.
And it was fine.
Damn right it was. All right, speaking of fine, the stage is yours, my friend. We'll see you in a bit. Adrianne Palicki, everybody.
Thank you guys. Great intro. I feel very special. I also feel like this chair is gonna fall over.
Yeah, pull it forward.
There's a dent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's right.
I'm just gonna stand. Probably the same height. How is everybody? I don't know what we're doing. I know this is a panel. Questions, comments. Oh, you didn't have to do that. No? Still? This is math. This is what we call mathing.
It's the stage itself.
It's a stage. Okay, so I fall off. It's whose fault?
Adrian,
Thank you very much.
Mike's on either side.
Mike's on either side.
Yep.
Okay, you guys, questions. Please ask away. Thank you.
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
Question. So you were into pretty important episodes of early show, obviously the pilot, and also in the episode where Dean was under influence of the gin. So you wound up playing the second half to the real Sam and a sort of a dream Sam. How was that different for you, coming in a fairly short time span, but playing almost like two different characters?
That's a great question. The whole thing was so weird because honestly, like doing the pilot was so special. And it was really hard because, you know, you could become so close to, I mean, Samantha Smith is still one of my dearest friends, and then you meet the guys and you're like, we are all doing this pilot together. And then knowing you're not gonna be there anymore felt like, you know, you're going off to college and everybody's still in high school. But I didn't really get to expand on the characters, so I think it was really fun to get to come in and play kind of this ethereal yet demon person. So, and it had been quite a second for me, I think, as well. So, and he'd been through a bunch of other things, and you know, I think the writing just speaks for itself because it was just really fun. I don't know if that answered your question, but it was a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
This side.
Hey, big fan of all your work. My question is actually for Friday Night Lights. For the last episode, both you and Landry are in the episode, but you never share a scene together.
Correct.
Why is that? And if you did, what would you like that scene to be?
That has been talked about more than once. I don't know why they did that. And in fact, I think, I did just recently ask Jason Katims this. I think they just really wanted it to end on a Riggins, Tyra thing. But there wasn't really any they had like a breakup scene, Landry and Tyra, on the side of a road. I was actually supposed to be in that episode, but I was shooting Red Dawn at the time, so I couldn't get to set. So they just did it over the phone, and I was like, what a bitch. But I think, I don't know, I just don't think they had enough time to wrap it all up either. You know what I mean? There's so many storylines to wrap up. I'm really, really thankful for the scene with how it ended with Tyra, though, and Tim, because I think that they're so similar. And so many people disagree with me on that, so. Your team Landry, I can tell. Yeah, he's pretty great. But next.
Hi. First of all, I want to say I loved dancing with you last night.
Thank you.
And also, I was wondering what your experience was like shooting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I loved shooting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, it was such an honor to get the phone call. They called me and asked me to play Mockingbird, and I'm a comic book nerd. My brother's a comic book writer, and so I've been reading them since I was a kid. I was not super familiar with her though, so I called my brother and I'm like, who is she? She's like West Coast Avengers, Hawkeye, whole backstory, but I was super excited to come onto it and all the action and everything else that was going along with it. Again, talk about people that you are friends with forever, like Ming Na. Our fight sequences were so much fun. Henry Simmons, just being close to all those people because you were in such an intense environment. And then they wanted to spin off Nick Blood and my character, and we shot it. It's called Most Wanted, and it was so good. But it's Marvel, so I had to go to into the producer's room, sign it, watch it on a TV with what felt like a VHS, you know what I mean, and sign all these documents. And so nobody's ever probably going to see this thing, and they ended up not picking it up. It was the same year that they canceled Agent Carter, so I think they're just trying to get rid of all the cool stuff. But I really, really love that show, and I love Nick, and I love Bobby. Are you leaving? Oh, okay. Love you. Miss you already? Hello.
Hello.
Oh my God, is that a dog?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh my God.
His name's Hermie.
Tony?
Hermie.
Hermie. Oh.
Yeah. I had a question, which is, seems like Sam doesn't have the best luck with women.
They all die.
If Jess had survived, do you think they actually would have worked out? Do you think she would have joined on as a hunter, or do you think that he would have ruined it somehow?
I don't think he would have become a hunter. I mean, I think Jessica's really an important, in the same way that, mom character really influenced Dean. I think that Sam would not have gone on that journey had it not happened to Jessica. So I don't even know that there would be a show. Do you know what I mean? It had to happen for him to feel so, heartbroken and compelled and wanting to find this thing. I think that was the impetus for him to, continue. And I'm really bummed that she didn't come back at the end. But it's fine. I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think they'd be married. Have 2 kids, a farm.
Hi, I was just wondering about stunts and what you like doing about your own stunts and what's hard about it.
What's hard about it is the injuries. But no, I do love doing stunts. And I try to do as many as I can that they let me do. That's part of like John Wick, for example, they called because they knew that I would do stunts. It always looks better if the actor can do as much as physically possible. Now there's things you can't do, like being thrown through a plate glass window, and you have amazing stunt people to do that, but they also are so good at teaching you. For that movie, I got to do, intense judo, jiu-jitsu training, which I still carry with me today. For Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I still have my Eskrima sticks next to my bed. Like, that is the weapon of choice that I have in my house, because I know how to disarm a gun with those. And hit somebody in the balls. But learning new things like that is the most exciting part, and I like a challenge. And honestly, it's a lot. It's like dancing, and I was a dancer growing up, and it's really choreography, and just having somebody who's really good that you're working with, and just playing back and forth. And I think it's just really fun. But literally everything I've ever done, stunts on, I've gotten hurt. You know. So I do not envy stunt people. I give them so much credit because they really break their bodies. Next.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. So personally, I think you're like a real life Disney princess. And so I wonder who you would play, like in any live action remake of any Disney princess movie, who you would play.
Who do you think I should play?
It's not really a princess, but I think you'd make a great Hannah Montana. But like princess wise, like probably like Rapunzel.
Ooh.
Or maybe like a Cinderella.
Okay, I like all of these. Belle. Belle's my favorite. I mean, other than Mulan. She's actually my favorite, but you know, I probably couldn't play her. I would say Belle. Sleeping Beauty was my favorite growing up.
I could see Sleeping Beauty.
You know, you rewatch it later and you're like, eh. But Belle for sure.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I wanted to ask what the audition process was like for Supernatural. Jess?
You know, it was interesting. I had already worked with Eric Kripke. He came in when I was doing the Lost in Space pilot. Came in as a writer. So I already had, you know, a relationship with him. And, you know, the director's so sweet, everything was so sweet. But I went straight to the directors, which was awesome. But this is like really early on in my career, so you're nervous as hell. But I think just knowing that Eric was there and I already had a relationship with him, we're both from Toledo, like, I don't know, it made me feel good. And at that point, I was already being asked if I was married to Jared, so they get our names wrong all the time. It was like, you know, or are you related? And that would be even weirder, right? But no, everybody was just super warm and gentle, and it was such a great set, that pilot, you know, and again, becoming part of the family, knowing you're not coming back is like, it's hard. So, that's a good question though. I can't believe I can remember that. It was so long ago.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. You are the reason so many of the Asian fans thought Jensen was 5'6", you know.
Okay.
So I was curious because you have to, you know, play in the same shot with Jared. So like, set the record straight. How tall are you, and what kind of shoes were you wearing when you were with Jared, and how many inches did it add?
Are you talking about the nurse outfit? Those platforms, which I was surprised I didn't sprain an ankle. Because I'm 5'11".
Wow. Okay.
But Jared's like, what, 6'5"?
Yeah. Yes, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he's really, really tall. So I was actually eye to eye with him. That was a lot. There were a lot of inches there.
Okay.
I'm like, you guys are giving me a lot of credit. Are you sure you want to put me in these right now? And I'm walking on cement. This is cool. That would have been a good stunt. A very short dress. But yes, it's actually really nice because as an actress, there are times I would miss out on parts because, especially old school Hollywood, you know, they usually cast the male leads first, and there's a lot of men who don't want to work with somebody who's taller than them. That's why I look up to people like Charlize Theron and Nicole Kidman, Sigourney Weaver, people who are very, Gina Davis, very, very tall and statuesque. And so it's really nice when you get to look up to somebody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello.
Sorry. Hi. First of all, welcome to the party.
Thank you.
But my question is kind of about the stunt blocking for the fire scene. At one point, Jared and Jensen talked about how there was a lot of practical effects on their end and like actual fire. I was curious how your setup for the scene went and if you had any interesting stories for filming that.
Well, I was only there for like a brief second of the fire, the actual one, but like, Sam and I were taking turns with the green screen that was on the floor. And being positioned in the most awkward of ways. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you have all these people just staring over you, and you have one leg over here, and then one arm over here, and you're actually laying down as opposed to being on a ceiling, which would have been really cool if we were on a ceiling. But yeah, I mean, it's like that movie magic thing, right? Where you're like, this is not glamorous at all, and I'm in a negligee, and my leg looks, I'm like, can you see anything here? But no, I mean, I was thankfully very safe. We were in, again, a studio and a green screen, so nothing super exciting. I didn't almost die, is pretty much what I'm saying.
Probably much safer than real fire.
Yes, usually. Fake fire is much better for the skin. Yes, my dear.
Hi.
Hello.
I loved you as Bobby, and so upset that the spin-off didn't happen. But I also loved you in Quasi. So my question is, which one do you prefer, the action stuff or like the funny, ridiculous stuff?
That's a hard question. I love doing comedy. I love action comedy, actually. I think that if I had, like the next thing I'd like to do, because I think I have one good action movie left in me because I'm 43, but I would like to be an action comedy. But I thought that, that's why I liked Bobby too, because I think that she was actually really, really funny. I mean, her and Hunter had some really good banter, as well as doing the action stuff and making fun of him being, a little wuss as she's kicking ass for him, So I love that balance, but I really love doing Quasi. That was so much fun to work with the Broken Lizard guys.
You must have so much fun there.
Oh my, just never stop laughing. And the wardrobe was amazing. Princess Bride. I was like, I'm feeling very buttercuppy right now, so the comedy version.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I know you from the movie Legion, and I was wondering if Sam and Dean were in that movie, do you think they would have been, had it under wraps?
Maybe in the later years. I mean, there was an old woman crawling on the wall, so I don't know. Maybe Dean could have early on, you know what I mean, taking care of business, but yeah, I think the later years they would have had it. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I was wondering, which of your characters do you think would get along the best?
Together. Huh. Well, Miss Perkins will get along with no one, so that's off the table. I think that Charlie from Legion and Tyra from Friday Night Lights would be.
I was thinking that.
They're very similar characters. I feel like they would either love each other or hate each other. It's a good question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Coral, and my question was, if you think Jess should have come back, how do you think she should have come back? Because I think that she should have come back, when the apocalypse happened. She should have came back with them.
I agree. I agree. You should tell them that.
Or Purgatory or something. I feel like she should have came back in one of those.
Absolutely. I mean, I do think she was the love of his life. She did start that movement forward for him to.
Yeah, and I feel like
this.
having her in there later, just to see how it would have went, I feel like they really missed an opportunity there.
Absolutely, especially with him having other relationships.
Yeah.
Especially if it was during another relationship.
Yeah.
Having her come back in a moment of him trying to figure out his feelings, that would have been, come on guys, layers, you know what I mean? But yeah, I really wish she'd come back at the end at least.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
I'm sorry if this question is redundant. I just came back from a photo op, but I loved you in the Orville, and I'm wondering if.
Thank you.
doing sci-fi feels fundamentally different than other genres, or if it's kind of the same process for everything because it's the humanity of it at the end of the day, I guess. Or...
I think because of, yes, the genre itself, it wasn't just sci-fi. It felt like, even though people are in prosthetics and things like that, and you're talking like Bortus, it becomes so second nature, you know? So almost when he becomes Peter, you're like, who are you? But I don't know, that show specifically, because it dealt with so many social issues that are happening today, I just felt very present in it, and it didn't feel like we're on the ship until we're on the bridge forever. And then, you know, it's like you all have to like move, you know. Okay, we had a wall together, you know, sideways. Like, I mean, you get whiplash sometimes for the day. That was the only time it actually felt like sci-fi. But other than that, it was just another Tuesday. And I love Kelly. I think she's just an amazing character.
You guys were hilarious. I love that show.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, you know what? She and Bobby would get along really well, I think. To go back to the question before, sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Joel. Great to meet you. Thanks so much for your career. You do amazing work. I was just curious. I'm a massive comic book geek myself. I've been to a ton of cons, and I'm just curious, like, if you think back to when you were a kid, I mean, obviously you had your brother, but was there any particular comic book or issue that you remember, like, really kind of grabbing you and latching on, like an early story that you thought was really cool that affected you early on?
Well, it's kind of a long story. So I was picked on as a kid. I looked like not even a cute little boy. I'll be honest with you. I just looked like a little boy. But I really genuinely wanted to fall into a character, and so I always looked up to Supergirl. You know, she had all the powers, but she was also just beautiful. And so I actually got a Supergirl tattoo before I played the fake Kara. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Smallville. But that's how much I loved the characters. And then getting to play Wonder Woman was like, what? And then Mockingbird. I mean, these are exciting things. And anybody who's seen me at other cons knows that I really want to play Rogue. So she's the only one left for me that I need in the roster. But that was, I love looking up to these strong women, and they could do anything in comic books, and I love that.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
I have another question about Orville. My name is Kim. And I was wondering, how was it working with Seth? And how did you get things done with him?
Well, Seth and I have known each other for a long time. We campaigned for Obama together in 2008, and he wrote a show for ultimately with his best friends. Like, I'd known Jane Lee that long. Scott he knew for 20 years before that. Like, he wanted to make a show with his dearest friends. So he definitely wrote it, I think, with me in mind for Kelly. And we did have fun. It was just such a hard show to shoot, and he is a perfectionist. And I think that's what makes him so good at what he does. But everybody's always like, did you guys just have the blast, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, because he had the job of everything. We all were like children, and like, you know, it'd be like wrangling cats. We're just like all over, running around, laughing. But you know, he's very specific in his thoughts, and he's a genius. But it was a lot of work, and it was a lot of hard work, but I think that's why it paid off in the end. So it was a pleasure working with him. I'd love to do it again, but it was definitely, there were hard days. There were really long days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. So she said I have to ask you a question. I have more of a comment. I've been watching you from G.I. Joe to everything almost 20 years ago since Friday Night Lights. So back in Friday Night Lights, I thought you were like super hot. So that was my comment. I'm gonna turn it into a question, I guess. Since basically 20 years later, I remember drooling over you, 20 years ago, but today you look exactly the same as you did 20 years ago. So I guess the question would be, how do you maintain your beautiful look? You still look like.
Well, I love you, by the way. Thank you. Well, I don't have children, so I think that's part of it. I have a furry child. best kind. But I also think, like, I live in Austin, Texas. I don't live in Los Angeles. I don't know, I take care of myself. I'm outside a lot. But it's partly genetics, but I think it's also a mentality, you know? I do feel youthful, and I do have a massive group of friends that are not even in the industry, and I feel like that keeps me young and thriving, and then a lot of lasers and Botox. So, thank you. No filler though, because ladies, that shit falls. But thank you. That's a very beautiful compliment. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Emily. So Dean has the same birthday as Jess, and I was wondering what your thoughts on were as to why Eric Kripke may have made that choice.
Well, probably as a reminder, you know, like that probably hit home on some level as something that was a constant for Sam to remember her by. And almost like a transference thing too, I feel like, you know what I mean? That's her birthday, now it's his, and something like about that, I think that relationship was really tied in. I don't think anything on that show was just accidental, so I would say that was probably it. What do you think?
The same. I mean, there are a few things on the show that are like that, like, I don't know. Yeah, like similarities like that. So I do think maybe the transference thing. Yeah.
That's a very cool question. Thank you. That's it? Nobody over there, okay. Hi.
Hi, I wasn't going to ask this because you've been answering so many incredible questions about like your actual career and your personhood, and I didn't want to reduce you to how beautiful you are, but we're here again because the other guy opened it up.
You're very sweet.
So,
can I just take you with me?
I mean, but because I've been rewatching the very early seasons, and when you got up here today, I was just like, oh, she's ageless. And I know you just said Botox and lasers and kind of brushed off, but I very specifically need to know what you're doing and which brands of like moisturizer and toner and whatever. And we can talk later if we don't want to take up your stage time with this, but like I need the entire list, if that's okay.
Yes. Okay. So I'm really bad actually about washing my face at night. I fall asleep in my makeup a lot, which is not good. I use vitamin E oil instead of a moisturizer. Because I feel like, you know, they tell you to use it on scars after surgery, so I figure if it's going to regenerate something, then it's probably going to be good on my face and my neck. Always put sunscreen on my face, my neck, and my chest. Not necessarily anywhere else, which is probably not good for me. But and then sleep. But honestly, other than that, it has to be like, again, this is so flattering. It has to be genetics because, you know, I've had the occasional cigarette, and you know, I drink, so maybe that's it. Just trying to like stay young internally, emotionally, having fun. I think fun is a big part of it, and not having too much stress.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, thank you. Love this.
Hello.
Hello.
This isn't like a show question, but do you have any strange or unique phobias?
Because I do. I have a thing with sharks, and I actually swam open water with them once, and it did not help the fear, you know? You're like, I'm gonna face it, it's gonna get better. No, okay, this is my biggest phobia. I've almost been hit by lightning twice. And when I say I've almost been hit by lightning twice, I mean I genuinely have almost been hit by lightning twice. First time we were shooting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we went to Puerto Rico for an episode. And Clark Gregg like looked at me at one point and he goes, we need to get her off of this metal pole rod with the metal camera above us. My hair was sticking straight up. And then the second time, I literally walked into my garage. As I stepped foot into my like garage with the rubber backing, the lightning hit above my head. And like I couldn't hear for 2 days. So I am weirdly afraid of lightning because I feel like third time's the charm. And that's one experience I never want to have. So that's a good question. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I really hope this question isn't overstepping or makes you uncomfortable or anything.
Takes a lot.
But you mentioned how you don't have kids, and I also don't plan on having kids. I don't feel like I'm fit to be a parent, and I also don't want to be, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure, especially on child-free women, to have kids. So I was just wondering, how do you deal with that stress of that and that kind of push to have children and keep the population going?
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to bring a kid into this world right now, but I'm with you because I got a lot of that. I got a lot of that, especially when I was younger, when I was your age, and a lot of my friends were older, and you go to some party or some shower or whatever, it's like, when are you having children? I don't want kids. Oh, you're young, you'll change your mind. And they were saying that for a really long time. And I'm like, no, I'm in my 40s. I'm like, I'm not changing my mind. And and it's okay. And you should be proud of that. And honestly, I feel like I'm a parent to literally everybody in my life, including my own parents. So I don't feel the need to, take care of something constantly outside of my dog, who also takes care of me. I think it's okay, and I think you just say, no, this is what I want, but also, you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. I was doing that a lot. I was trying to explain myself and get really angry at people for it. And I'm like, you guys are in your own parent club. Don't try to bring me into your club. I'm a great aunt. I send them back candy and stuff. So just maintain that. And you might change your mind, but let them think whatever they want to think, because you can't convince people.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Adrianne.
Hi.
My name is Melody.
Hi, Melody.
My question for you is, when you were young and you thought about what I want to be when I grow up, what did you want to be? And if it wasn't acting, what got you into acting instead?
It was acting. I was always, I was very shy, but my sister and I would put on these little plays for my parents. I liked playing dress up a lot. And my poor parents had to sit through there's no beginning, middle, or end to any of our stories. I don't even know if they were stories. It was more about the costume changes. And then one year I was 7 years old, and I saw one of my girlfriends was in a play, and I went, I want to do that, because I want to be all of these different characters. And ultimately, I didn't want to be in my own skin. So for me, I think it was also an escape. It was a place where I could feel beautiful, or I could feel, happy. I could be something completely different. Wow, that just got really deep. But I think that since I was one of those lucky people who just always knew. So it was I couldn't wait till I turned 18 and was able to get out of Toledo, so I could go for it. So that's a good question. These are all great questions, by the way. Thank you. She's back.
Me again. So I'm always a little bit surprised at how brazenly Dean flirts with Jess in the pilot episode. When you were playing... Is there what?
She's not wearing clothing, but yeah.
Fair. When you were playing that scene, what did you have in your head as Jess's first impression of Dean? Oh, and also just tacked on, because I think she says something like, your brother, Dean? And so I just wondered, maybe your backstory or your headcanon of what she knew of Dean before and what she thought of him after meeting him in that brief moment.
I don't think she knew of him. So I think that was a little confusing, but she was also probably damn. Guy's got some good genetics, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I do remember that, and that small, Smurf shirt. But I was also thinking, I personally was going, these are two of the most attractive men I've ever seen in my life. How lucky am I? Right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Katie. So you've done a lot of great work. I want to know, what are your hobbies outside of work?
My hobbies. I like to draw. I used to be a painter.
Ooh,
I like to actually watercolor.
Oh.
but I've gotten into acrylics. It's a lot easier.
Same.
But you can do more with it, I should say. I like to be outside. I like to exercise. I like to be social. I like to be with my friends. I love to watch movies. I love to hang out with my dog. I love to cook.
Amazing.
Those are my hobbies. But I really have started producing things, and that is something that I like, is being in control, trying to be in control of making things and not waiting for somebody to tell me I can make something.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sadie. I was wondering, I want to become an actress, and I've known this since I was little. I was wondering, like, what steps I should take first to get into that.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. It's like, I don't want parents to get mad at me. No, I didn't go to college. I was a straight A student, AP, like, could have gone to college, did not want to do it because I didn't want to. I thought if I was going to be in debt, I'd rather just go and be in the place that I needed to be in order to act. You know what I mean? And take classes there. That was my personal journey. But I think, you know, as an up-and-coming actress, I think you just have to put yourself in the position. You have to put yourself in front of it. You have to, like, get out there. You have to be in places. I mean, do you live in New York?
No, I'm in Jersey.
Okay, but still, you're close enough. Like, I feel like New York's such a great place, especially for theater. And if you love theater, that's where I started. And it's honestly just, it's an amazing, amazing feeling to be on stage. It helps you become braver too, because you have a live audience. And I think classes are just really important. Just figuring out also what works for you. I had to go through multiple classes before I figured out what worked for me, and that was Meisner. So, also just keep going for it, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Freya, and you said you really like to cook, so I wanted to know what your favorite thing to cook is.
I make some of the best Frito pie in Texas. No, I do. I love Italian food. I love making like shrimp scampi. I love, I make my dad's Swiss steak. It's probably one of my favorite things to make. And I do a lot of crock pot stuff so I can go out in the world and come home to a really yummy dish like pot roast or, you know, bolognese or something like that. So, do you like to cook?
Yeah, I do. I also make a killer shrimp scampi. Yeah.
Okay. I want to try it. That sounds good right now, by the way.
It does.
But I also have celiac, so it's like, it's fun to be able to play with, you know, different recipes and figure it out.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Yeah. My stepdad also has celiac, so I also get to cook gluten-free too.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten so much better. The food's amazing. Sometimes my friends don't even know, which I love tricking them. Because they're like, gluten, and then, you know, you know you're eating gluten-free, right? Converted to people. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for joining the convention circuit. That's really nice to see you.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, since Jess is only in a few episodes, have you actually seen the entire show? And if so, do you have a favorite character and a favorite moment, maybe, or storyline?
I have seen some of it. I have not seen all 30 seasons. You know, I have to be biased. I love Samantha Smith. She's one of my dearest friends, and so she's by far one of my favorite characters. And I love that she got to come back, and, you know, I would watch her episodes, so that's what I got there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nope, okay. This is fun. This chair is great. Now that we figured it out.
Today?
How you doing?
Good, thanks. You give it advice for 19 years old guys, but what about 27 years old guy?
Who wants to be an actor?
Yeah.
I say go for it. It doesn't matter what age you are. I just didn't want to say like, hey, don't go to college.
I mean, I wasn't, but in different country, and I came here in New York 2 years ago, trying to learn English. I'm just learning 2 years, and
it's
trying
amazing.
to act in slowly. But I'm a little nervous. I saw you a lot of your actors' works.
Oh, thank you.
It's so beautiful and pure. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I would say the same thing. You know, just acting class is so important. It's a good community. You get to meet a lot of people. You never know. Sometimes, there's workshops where casting directors come in. And I think more than anything, it's going to be right place, right time, but also just be a good person, because people remember that. I used to do meet and greets before I ever even worked in LA. Like, my agent would just set me up with people, and they remember you if you're memorable. And you're memorable. So just be yourself, be kind, and yeah, workshop.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And don't give up.
So there's no one over here with me, but I can ask you a question.
Okay, please.
So what do you have in the future? What is your future plans? What are you doing? Where can people find you? What are you working on?
Right now, I have the biggest passion project of my life called Due West. It's out to run or buy on Amazon or Apple. It's about a woman in Texas trying to get medical attention in a time where it's very hard to get medical attention. And I produced the thing. It's the first thing I ever produced, and it's my baby. So I would love for you guys to watch it. And honestly, I think, whatever side you're on politically, it dances in the gray, and I think that's the best part of the movie, is it gets people talking. I have another movie coming out that's a thriller. Don't know when yet, so you'll be looking out for that. But I'm also right now producing the Friday Night Lights docuseries. So, I love excitement though, that's good. Yes, the reunion, the 20th anniversary reunion we just had in Austin. And some friends of mine who actually did the Office docuseries came to me and asked me if I wanted to be a producer on it. And it was, we've just been going all over trying to interview people and behind the scenes, get people's stories, interviewing football players. It's going to be like a 6 to 8 episode docuseries. So look out for that when we're finished.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, hello.
Hi, my name's Valora, and I want to say thank you for making karaoke super fun last night.
Thank you for getting up on stage and singing with me.
It was so much fun. My question is for you is how do you handle tackling the issue with representation within media for women, and especially within Supernatural?
You mean people against Supernatural?
No, there's been a lot of debate about female characters within Supernatural not having strong storytelling presence.
I think that some of the most important characters have been females on the show. I mean, granted, I think Jess should have been more of it, but that's just my personal thoughts. But I think that they did a good job of painting women in this, and so, this is going to get stronger and stronger as we go on. I feel like, when they come back and make the 31st season of Supernatural, they come back from the dead. But that's a good question. Thank you. And thanks for last night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yes.
Let's do it.
Hi.
How did it go?
How you guys?
Hold on, we were going to do one last question.
Yes.
We do one last question.
Yeah.
Hi. Basically, I didn't know whether you talked about Due West yet or not. So what was it like filming in Marfa? When did you do it? What time of year?
We did it, so it was the first movie I ever produced. And we shot in January. It was cold.
Yeah.
Marfa and Marathon and Alpine.
Cool.
It was amazing. People were great. We had the run of the town. I mean, nobody's there, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
But I love shooting there because it's called Due West, and it is about West Texas, and it's a character in the story.
Yeah.
So, did you see it yet?
No, I actually have it on rental. I was planning on watching it tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, then tomorrow she can give her a thorough review.
Exactly.
If you watch it tonight.
Exactly.
All right.
So thank you.
Perfect. How has your time in New Jersey been, young lady? Are you enjoying these fine people?
I love these people. I love you guys. Thank you so much, honestly.
And they love you back.
Thanks for having me. I'd love to come back.
Oh my God, it's such a treat having you. No one was happier than Robin Rich when we saw your name on the roster. Like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's been too
10
long.
years ago.
I know.
I know.
It feels like it was yesterday.
It does.
Adrianne Palicki, everybody!